Nanosai Studio is an application that is intended to make data intelligence easy for non-programmers. In this video, I will show you the basic functionality of Nanosai Studio. The basic idea of Nanosai Studio is that you select a data source and then you select a data view which analyzes and visualizes the data. First, you need to open a Data Studio tab like this. Second, you need to configure a data source, and I will configure a data source that is stored on my local drive. So I choose a file data source. I give it a name. I call it x.y because it contains x, y data. I put the path into the file, and now I already copied the path to the file, but you can also click here and then select the file. And then I choose the data format, but at the moment we only support CSV, and then I click OK. Now that the data source is configured, I can insert an x.y chart. I will just call it my x, y chart data, and this is just a title. I will choose the data source here, and I will choose the x.y chart, or x.y chart. I will choose the line chart here. And as you can see, the data from the data source is now being visualized using a line chart. Now let me try one more time with some different data. We will configure some data source again from a file. And I have just copied the path to the file in. And now I will add a pie chart here. I will just say, call it my pie chart, and choose the my pie chart data source and click OK. And as you can see, it shows now a pie chart next to the line chart here. As you have probably guessed by now, you can use Nanosai Studio to create a dashboard that analyzes different kinds of data. And actually, you cannot see that, but Nanosai Studio is reading the data every 10 seconds right now. In the future version, we will let that time interval be configurable, but for now, it reads it every 10 seconds. Now, if you have your data stored in a file, that may not make a lot of sense, but if you're using a web data source, you can actually get Nanosai Studio to read the data and just get the latest data in the data series every 10 seconds. When you have finished the configuration of your dashboard, you can save it, and you do that by clicking the save button there, and then I choose to store it here in my documents folder. So what I'm saving now is the configuration of the dashboard. Now it's saved, and now I can load it again another time if I want to. And let me show you by opening another Data Studio tab. Here I can click on the dashboard configuration file and open it, and lo and behold, the dashboard has been reopened. And now Nanosai Studio will also refresh the data inside this Data Studio tab every 10 seconds. If you copy the dashboard configuration file to a web server, then it is possible to download a configuration file from a URL. You simply click this download button here, you type in the URL here, and you click OK. And that will have the same effect as loading it from disk. But this way you can share dashboard configuration with your teammates. The only requirement, of course, is that if you are using file data sources, that they have exactly the same file data sources on their local drives, or that you use web data sources that they can also access. That is pretty much it. If you have any ideas or suggestions or feedback or bug reports or whatever, we are very interested in hearing from you, because we're constantly working to make Nanosai Studio better, easier to use, and also to include more advanced types of data views and data analysis in general. So be sure to do that, to contact us if you have any feedback at all.